with Karan Mehta because he's an alumni of RMIT.
Those are the points which hits an international student very bad, and it diverts your attention from the actual purpose you are here. Time is money. Time is very valuable. So make sure you stick to a routine. I have my own startup as well.
What's it called?
It's called Our Adda.
Like
My
Australian.
2025 or 2026 vision is to also include K-pop. So I had the opportunity to
You were the
become the
student
student
elected
elected member.
Hi guys, hi, hello everyone, welcome back to another vlog. This is KapsLock with Karan Mehta, and today we are back in RMIT with a great space which he found technically. Only he has the access of this place. And today we are gonna explore a topic which is not quite easily found on YouTube or any other platform if you look for it. And this topic can give huge insights, knowledge to the people who are trying to come to RMIT or want to pursue RMIT in future, or even maybe they have passed out from RMIT. So we are going to talk about some of the things with Karan Mehta because he's an alumni of RMIT. I'll give each and every knowledge what he does, what he did, and what he's going to do in future, and how RMIT impacted that decisions, how RMIT helped him to be what you are right now. And it's going to be really informal and honest thing. Why you're smiling, right? So
No, you said informal and honest, so I was just curious how honest do I need to be?
at least it should be relatable to the students. That this
Sure.
much is enough.
Sure.
So yeah, and let's start with the video. So how are you going?
I'm good. I was just a bit sleepy this day. Had an entire cup of coffee, so I'm a bit alive now. Got the caffeine rush in me, so I can give energetic, this
Answers.
interview to you today.
So, and this is not an interview. It's just normal
A fun,
conversation.
casual
Fun
conversation.
casual conversation. Because if it will have a feel of interview, it will be a kind of something out of the track which I want to deliver through the videos.
We won't bore the audience. Don't worry.
And his name is Karan, as I said, so it's relatable to Coffee with Karan. He mentioned before this video started, right? But we don't have coffee. We have already taken it a lot. So let's start with the video. First segment of the video is introduction, right? So what you have studied, when did you graduate, and what degree was it? So
Right. So I did my master's in analytics.
yep.
I came to RMIT, or in fact, let me start with my application. I started my application way back in 2018. But there were so many complications throughout the journey where I wanted to be really sure on what I want to do. And then I, trimmed down on which university I'm going, check the QS ranking on which course is standing at what position in which university and which state. And also trying to align what I want to do while I'm in Melbourne. So RMIT just came a very center fit. It was in the city. It had a very thriving, international population, and also it was really ranking good on QS ranking for Masters of Analytics. So that all took about 1 year's time, and then I started my course in mid 2019, and that's how I began my journey at RMIT.
When did you ended up the study? I mean, when did you get graduate?
So technically, my course was supposed to finish in 2021. It's a 2 years degree, but having said that, because I was involved a lot in unions and the university clubs, I had to extend my education also with the fact that we had pandemic during our time.
Yep.
So I made the 2 years degree into a 3-year degree, and also did a 1-year diploma course to continue my tenure at RMIT.
And what was the diploma course?
It was just a certification course for business analytics. So it's a 1-year online degree which RMIT provides through RMIT Online.
Oh,
So that just gives me a chance to still remain a student while not attending classes. Because you're so trained to study online during the whole pandemic era, that I was not still very comfortable on going in person for lectures or anything. So I had to move to an online platform to get my 1-year certification.
yep. Coming on the next point, academics, right? So as you've mentioned some of it, but still I would continue it. Why did you choose RMIT, which you mentioned, but let's speak some more on that and share, if you can, some memories, the good memories which you have.
Oh, I have bad memories also.
We'll talk on that later on. First, the good ones.
The good ones, I still very clearly remember my first week in RMIT. I was about 2 to 3 days late for the orientation. Though I already had a set of friends who were trying to get information by going on ground. But we had the O Fest happening, and I was fortunately there at the O Fest. And the first thing I remember is walking down Bowen Street and going to the alumni courtyard, climbing up the stairs. And in the alumni courtyard, there were not just one, but like many multicultural clubs and societies, having their stalls over there. Out of which I saw the Indian club, which where I am from, close to the Pakistani club. And that made me very interested on what's happening in the community, like who all are there, just to make friends, just to have a sense of belonging of a community over there. I reached out to them, and the first thing the then president told me is, Macha, you need to be part of the club. So he was from Hyderabad. And, because I've fair bit lived in Hyderabad, so I could speak to him in Telugu. We connected, and, then I got to realize that the clubs are, there's so much more than the clubs you can do in RMIT. Because being just connected with one person who's already been a student at RMIT, it opens you doors for many other opportunities.
Yep. So the next thing is career journey. So here comes the more academic path. As he said, he did Master of Analytics, which is quite popular course, I would say. So we're not going to speak more on course because we already have video on that. But it's just, how did the education prepare you for your career? And what was your first job after this?
After graduation or while I was a student?
After graduation.
After graduation, honestly, the one thing which I realized while learning is that the field of analytics is so huge and so massive that you still need to keep yourself updating with the small, trends that are happening in the industry. So just sticking to your, textbooks or like just your course materials isn't enough for you to find a job. So you need to learn more, like courses on Udemy, on Khan Academy, and platforms like this to keep yourself up to the skill. And speaking from a recruiter's point of view, the recruiters wouldn't see what degree you have or which university you had a degree from. The main thing they'll focus on is what skill set do you bring on table
in Australia.
Okay. Or anywhere around the globe.
Yeah, I guess it's the same craze, but it's just, if you have the degree, you would be having some set of the skills, but if you add on more skills on that, it would be cherry on the top.
Because the whole thing is that there is so much competition, right? Like you have a large influx of students coming down as international students and trying to go for the same PR pathway course. So it just creates that sense of competition. So the recruiters want the best of the best.
Yes.
So you have to be the best of the best.
100%. And RMIT does help in that case. We'll talk on that sooner. So the next thing is skills and development. That was the point here. So what skills did you learn, obviously from your study? And with that, what extracurricular activities were you involved in? Again, here comes the best part of the video.
Extracurriculars was my full-time gig, which I used to do, because I'm not a very smart person, honestly. I did my studies, I did my assignments, I did the bare minimum thing that are required. But I was part of a lot of things at RMIT because the key thing over there is networking. Yep. If you know the right people, if you know the right community that you belong to, your chances of getting an opportunities are high. Let's say, for example, you're part of the Indian club. You would have student leaders who have been graduated or recent graduate who can help you out in getting in touch with different opportunities. Or like if you're part of the mates program, which now is called the RMIT KIRP. There is an opportunity over there. You're part of the student union. There's an opportunity to grow over there. Or like even in the the student activities point. The RMIT student life. that also has as massive opportunities for you to grow. So it's depending on your skill set and your passion, you choose your extracurricular activities.
And you were involved in all of them, right?
All of them.
That's why he said he was a gig in that. And any technical skills which you learned not from the extracurricular, with the study part?
With the study part, like what kind of skills?
Like any skills that was except from curriculum, but maybe as you said from Udemy and other places, a person can learn.
To be very honest, unfortunately, I did not have the time to be on campus because we are in that pandemic era.
Pandemic times, yeah.
So we didn't get much of information that you should be receiving from the professor
Because it was not in
he was
person.
not in person. So I was very unlucky in that point of view. But the Australian system of education is such where they would want you to self learn or self teach.
Yeah.
They'll give you the access to the materials. If you go to the RMIT library, if you have the passion to sit in the library and scout through different books and journals, you can do that.
Good
but
stuff.
the professor won't tell you to go there.
Yep. It's just up to you if you want to.
You want to.
Yep.
How more you want to learn?
Yeah, it's one of the extracurricular activities which not most of the people are involved in, except Kirip and all. But it does help in the career part.
It is the more limelight
Yeah.
kind of activities that you get involved with.
Yes. Okay, here comes a good part. The negative things which we were talking about. Not negative, but yeah, I'm sort of challenges, right? So the challenges that you faced, and after telling those, advice to the students that you want to give to the upcoming or that the students who are already in the university. That these are the advices and these are the challenges which I face. So let's start with challenges first.
So technically, I'm not the right person to advise you on academic values or how much you should be studying. I'm sure you guys are smart enough to understand where you are at academically. But being an international student myself, this is one word of advice that I give to everyone. And really thankful that I have the opportunity to talk to KapsLock right now. So major of your challenges are not within the university; they're outside of your university, which includes you are living by yourself for the first time without your family.
Yep.
You are meeting completely new people. Who you would want to be part of your family group.
Yep.
You will have your heartbreaks and you'll have your moments of success. It is how do you make the best out of it. In terms of moments of success, you don't take it on your head with arrogance and think that you have achieved everything, because the world is way bigger than you think it is. And heartbreaks would be because you are living all by yourself.
Yep.
Those are the points which hits an international student very bad, and it diverts your attention from the actual purpose you are here.
Yeah.
Academically, it doesn't matter if you fail or you pass. I always look at failure as first attempt in learning.
Yes.
So these are the points which I would genuinely advise students to keep a track on and see if they're not going unchecked.
Yep.
But academically, I'm sure everyone's smart enough.
It's just so the challenges which he mentioned, obviously being an international student, living alone and all, and the advice which he gave is just keep a track and have a check mark that yes, I've done this. With that thing, one of the point which I want to mention, which comes in the next thing, which is personal insights, which is personal, not experience. We'll talk on that in the later. Personal insights. With that, how do you balance? Because after taking these, check boxes, how do you balance the professional life and the personal life? That advice on that. And academically, it's done. But what are the advices that you want to give to the students?
Time is money. Time is very valuable. So make sure you stick to a routine.
Yeah.
However difficult it is or however boring it sounds, but get into a fit routine where whatever you want to do, right? Like it could be waking up early, going to the gym, cooking, singing, dancing, doing extracurricular activities. Always allocate certain time for this thing and be very religious to it. So if you have a calendar or your phones also have these reminders that you can set up for yourself that this is the time I need to dedicate to this activity.
Yep.
And when you do that, look like a horse and just straight look into what you're doing, and that's it. don't look left or right, but dedicate that particular time to the things you want to do.
Well, that actually helps me because trust me, I got so much stuff. Even after this video, I got so much stuff. So that advice I take from you personally because I got so much stuff to do, like for my case study, even the YouTube, even gym stuff. I'm still, after 2 years, I'm still finding the work balance. But the thing which he said is actually true, that if you value your time will value you. So it's just,
100%.
you need to be focused on that. And in that personal insights point, there's a sub point that I want to ask you that's related to the RMIT perspective. What do you miss about RMIT? The
The
thing
people,
uh,
I miss the people at RMIT a lot.
yes. And
Um,
in what aspects of people? As students, study,
Yes,
life?
because I've always, this is the first time stepping into the real world,
Uh-huh.
and I've always been a student before that. Like everyone, just a recent graduate. So the energy that any student has is incomparable to the energy anyone would have in the outside world. So the energy, the sense of living life is only when you are a student.
Actually, it is. Yeah, that I agree. Because I'm also gonna, after this semester, maybe I'm gonna finish the study. No, not maybe. I will finish the study, and maybe I'm gonna miss it. But I'll try my best to stay connected and have a card like him, accessing these panels and coming back again and having interviews with people. That would be great. And obviously to the audience as well, they'll have information. So this point is gonna help all of you in your career and maybe in your life. The major point, networking. Because you have a huge, why I mentioned you only for this video is because you have networks. So I want you to answer these questions so that people can have the networks. How RMIT help you to build a network, and any initiatives or events that you participate in by yourself to make networks. Both points.
The reason I have so many networks is, to be very honest, RMIT does not help in networking that much. It'll bring the opportunity to you. It's on you how you network yourself or how you sell yourself. I was good on selling myself, like I'm doing right now. But like at least one thing which I can guarantee is, if you bring an idea on table, RMIT is very receptive of the idea and they'll let you do that.
I agree on that. I agree. I literally agree on that. Because the same thing which you are doing right now, video thing, when I mentioned it to RMIT, they actually liked it. Even if it goes forward or no, but they're at least motivating me to make more videos. That's why how I came up on the idea of making a video with the alumni. And the thing which I liked in your answer is, so this is something which RMIT provides, that okay, these are the networks. Now you need to come up, pick it up, use of this, and then you can work on it. Well, that actually helps. And
I have something to add on to, if you have time. So one saying which I tell everyone, which is very relevant to this topic as well, that you can take the horse to the pond, you put the horse's mouth in the water. But the horse will have to drink the water by themselves.
It's just you have to work hard on that. And I would the same advice which I always speak, I guess you will agree on that. Even if you're an introvert, try to be converted into a little bit ambivert, because that will help you a lot. Even if it's RMIT, even if it's another university, another world, try to sell yourself in a way to network, right? So now comes the good part, which I was waiting for, because I also want to know from him. Now the Coffee with Karan starts, right? Your future goals, what you're doing right now.
Well,
the best part starts, guys. Listen to
Currently, I'm into event organizing. I have my own startup as well.
What's it called?
It's called Our Adda. We are an open mic platform for South Asian community, where we do live music, comedy, poetry, and just give talents which are emerging from university the platform to perform and become an artist over here.
So is it like, do they have to pay to be there, or is this?
Oh no. They need to anyone who has the willingness to perform is openly allowed at our Adda.
That's a good point. I'll mention the our Adda website or any sort of contact
Instagram handle
in the description, if you want to check out, right? Because this video is gonna be going to so many people, and if you have any talent, like I guess singing, DJ, anything,
if you can sing, dance, do comedy, perform slam poetry, or even play any instruments or beatbox, you're welcome at our Adda.
I like the beatbox part personally.
We already have 2 beatboxers who are already performing, mashups on a lot of Hindi, Tamil, Telugu songs as well. So it's the language is also not restricted. Where you are from is also not restricted. We have a Pakistani artist, we have a Bangladeshi artist,
Oh.
we have a Nepali artist, and we are soon going to launch, a lot of other regional languages also to come and perform.
And maybe I guess in future you're gonna elaborate it to the not only South Asian, you're gonna
100%,
American,
100%.
North American,
My
Australian.
2025 or 2026 vision is to also include K-pop.
Whoa, that's gonna be lit.
So, just letting it out here first.
Only here.
Only here.
Yeah. So the questions are done. The last part,
Am I scared now?
Nah.
Should I be scared now?
honestly,
Yeah.
what is your personal experience, and make sure to mention anything or whatever point you have that you don't like about RMIT and that you want RMIT to change or improvise on for the students coming in. First experience, personal experience, then the things that you don't like.
My personal experience at RMIT was really phenomenal, not gonna lie. Because I found a ladder to climb onto.
Yeah.
There were pathways, there were avenues, through which I could climb the ladders on being the university council member. One of the first and I guess only international students to sit on a roundtable discussion with the vice chancellor, and the board of RMIT and put forward points.
More of like in a parliament, right?
Not in the parliament, in the RMIT. So RMIT is governed by the council.
Victoria Council.
No, the RMIT Council.
Oh.
So you have 2 people appointed from the government, 3 people appointed from the university itself, 1 staff elected member and 1 student elected member. So I had the opportunity
You
to
were the
become the
student
student
elected
elected member.
Like a student voice.
A student voice.
Okay.
So yes, not just RMIT, each and every university in Australia has this system where you can get elected and raise your voice on issues that are concerning to you. One of my biggest issue with RMIT is they look at students as cash cows. So they'll try to fill in their classrooms or the trendy courses which are connected to the PR list as just like mass recruitment. So they'll get everyone and anyone who is willing to get into that course. I feel RMIT should get a bit stricter on their policies on the student intake part of the courses. And if they are or they want that money to be coming from the international students, they should give that money in some kind of activities or events that happen on campus. Let's say, for example, I don't know how many of you guys know, but you pay $150 of staff fees. Do you know that? Do you pay staff fees?
I never noticed.
Just check your invoices next time. There'll be a $150 or I don't know, that's a round figure.
What's it for?
SAF, SAAF.
What's it for?
Student amenities and facilities fee.
And what does it do for students?
So that's what I was coming to. So just do the maths behind your whenever you have the time.
Yep.
So every student is paying $150, and the intake of RMIT per year is 80,000, rough to 80,000.
Makes sense.
Right? Do the math. And that's the extra money that all international students pay that goes to RMIT, right? Now, how is that money used? Where does that money go? Especially in times of pandemic, especially in times of, getting opportunities on campus, specifically on times of doing cultural activities on campus. The SAF fees, having a transparency on SAF fees is exactly what the union also does. You should be aware of the fact that at least you pay your SAF fees first, and you should ask your union or your clubs on what is exactly happening with your SAF fees.
Yep.
Why isn't it being poured down back into getting opportunities for students?
Yeah. It's just students don't ask back that what is it taking for and where is it going to be used? Because whatever the events we have, we pay it forward, right? Like any event for like any party or something going on. But this SAF fees, even I was not sure about. Good point. But it's just students, if you can point out on that, it's good. Otherwise, this is a place where a person can speak. And that's why I chose you for that video, because you have the knowledge.
Thank you.
And he has been working not only with RMIT, he has been working like with a company called RATA, which he owns. RMIT, the student council you have been worked with.
Yes.
Right? And there's one more thing, the parliament thing. I would like to know on that. Now comes the best point, guys.
Yeah, so I'm currently, a multicultural policy advisor to a party in Australia.
Party? Labour Party?
Labour Party, yes, to be very precise. And I also sit on the Victorian Executive Council for the Australian Republic movement.
Whoa.
So just to give our viewers an understanding of what the ARM movement is exactly, is Australia is not an independent country.
Yes.
Australia is still under the British rule of the Crown, and you might see it yourself. The state is called Victoria. The street is called King Street. There's a state called Queensland, New South Wales. And because this is a land of the Aboriginals, so you always welcome the traditional owners of the land before any event that starts. So we need to just pay our respects to the land that we belong on, and make it more of an inclusive environment for everyone, where everyone feels safe, where everyone feels their voice is being heard. As we all say, there's strength in unity.
And you are acting on that. You're working on that.
Well, I'm trying my best to be one of the first, person of color prime minister at any point. That's my vision. But you never know.
You never know. Literally, you never know. It's like a life, and let it go. Let it be.
Go. What's the worst thing that will happen? I won't be.
Literally, but it's just at least you're trying. That's the good part. And yeah, the thing is, if we both will conclude on that. Keep trying. Even if you are in Australia, even if you're in India, whatever uni you are in, I guess you as an alumni are doing masters, doing 3 things: company owner, entrepreneurship, everything. I guess the main point is, even as a blogger or as a student, is just keep trying, right?
100%.
Never give up. Just keep trying. Okay. So while sitting, we completed 5,000 steps. I don't know how. So I'm mentioning Arda in the description. I'm mentioning his Instagram just coming under his name. Make sure to follow him. If you have any questions related to, if you want to perform on any platform, you need a platform to perform. Any questions related to RMIT, I guess he's a busy guy. Make sure to reply if you can.
I will.
Or you can reply on the comments which are gonna come in this video.
I have a better way of putting this forward.
Yep.
Whichever university you go to, irrespective of RMIT, please do go check out your cultural club, because your cultural club would be your first point of contact to gather any sort of information on campus.
Yep.
And if you don't find you get the information, go be your club president by yourself.
Makes sense, because he became one, right? I told you. So this is KapsLock. This is Karan Mehta. Thank you for coming here, buddy.
Always a pleasure.
Like, share, and subscribe. See you guys in the next video. If you need more videos and if you need more information on any topic with that person, tag him in the video more. I'll do that. See you. Bye.